ABC News contributor Darrell Blocker, as well as ABC News national security and defense analyst, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Middle East, Mick Mulroy. Thank you both for being here. Darrell, Putin claims that his forces intend to surround this steel plant in Mariupol and seal it off from the outside world entirely. But President Zelensky and the Mariupol mayor are both saying that Ukrainians are still holding on. So what are you looking out for watching this situation unfold over the next few days?
Well, what we should be looking for is, are they trying to reinforce this seaside city from the ocean? Because I don't think we've yet seen the coordinated naval and land movement by the Russians. We don't know how many people are hiding underground, which means the Russians don't know how many people are hiding underground. And taking over the steel mill might be a victory, a small victory for the Russians. It's not just as simple as claiming victory. And I would think that most presidents around the world would cease and desist with declaring victory when clearly there's still things going on the ground.
Now, Mick, the Pentagon says the next few weeks in Ukraine are critical as Russia tries to take the Donbas region. How do you think the new $800 million in military aid will help the Ukrainians defend against that?
Well, Diane, I think it's going to be substantial. I mean, the war out there is going to be a battle of logistics primarily, because it's going to be who can keep up with the ammunition needed to control the battle. Up until now, Russia's had a very significant problem keeping up with their logistics lines, but now they're closer in this new area of eastern Ukraine. So the United States, I think, is absolutely doing the right thing. We need to be able to do it so it's continuous, so there's no interruption in that flow, but it is very critical to the fight for the Ukrainians.
Darrell, how much of an advantage is it for Russia that this new offensive focuses on an area that's close to its own border?
Well, the advantage is not just close to the border, but the fact that they have been in the Crimea, which is very close, since about since February of 2014. So home field advantage. Of course, it's within the Ukraine, but the Russians have been inside of there for more than half a decade. I'm not sure it's going to be a tactical advantage, but strategically holding any seaside cities or holdouts is always important through warfare throughout time.
Now, Mick, according to the Ukrainian Deputy Prime Minister, another prisoner swap took place between Russia and Ukraine. That's the second prisoner swap this week. So does that signify any progress toward peace negotiations, if they can negotiate over that?
So I hope it does indicate there's a line of communications for negotiations. And I think that is a positive thing. Those should always remain open. Because quite frankly, so many civilians are dying in Ukraine. So anything that can be done to get to a ceasefire should be. And
Darrell, what happens if in the next few days Mariupol does fall to Russian forces?
It'll be the first and most significant, kind of failure on the Ukrainian side over the last 50 plus days. But again, I'm not sure it's going to strategically and, push the Russians to now be more effective than they were in the past, because clearly that's the problem. They're not effective. They don't seem to have the same heart in the fight as the Ukrainians do. And we'll just have to wait and see on whether this is as significant as Putin and his cronies seem to make it to be.
All right, Mick Mulroy, Darrell Blocker, we appreciate it as always. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.